James Webb is a space telescope. Things are not what they seem to be, or did you know that if we look at those things through the James Webb, they're not there, really? We're looking at stuff that's billions of years old. It doesn't exist anymore.
That is amazing.
If we were to fly the Jim and Terry Show and podcast from a space station somewhere near the pillars of creation, it wouldn't be there.
Yes, amazing to me. And I'm here to announce that we're looking into the eye of God when we're looking into space.
This is what you are hoping to see James Webb reveal.
Yeah, I would love James Webb
because
to
we're
reveal.
gazing back billions of years, so we're thinking we're getting close to the, well, whether it's creation, the Big Bang, or whatever the mechanism is, we're getting close to that point of conception, inception, where things began. In the beginning.
I have said, I wrote a poem called "The Evidence of Nothing," and I'm amazed at all this hanging in nothing. And if you sucked it all out, there's still nothing. But I often have said, okay, all this space is hurtled into an area of nothing where it exists and floats around in a vacuum. And if you believe in God like I do, okay, what was there before that? Or where did he put the nothing to house this
something?
Because of billions of, there's trillions of stars and things out there, and which you could never, as a human being, reach, and yet we're looking at it billions of years in the past. It's amazing to me. I love that stuff.
If we got out far enough, would the Milky Way be perceived as just a point of light? So in other words, somebody out there is looking back at us with a James Webb or a Hubble and seeing the Milky Way. Would they see a star? And really, the galaxy we know is the Milky Way. We're just one part on the edge of that galaxy. But what do they see when they're way over there at Alpha Centauri?
I guess they see a star, a bright ball thing out amongst the gazillions of other stars. It's amazing to me.
It is amazing. And of course, here we are, the Jim and Terry Show. We're two old guys looking outward and upward and gazing among the stars in wonder.
Yeah, and I think, if you're not in wonder of it, try a little harder. You know what I mean? Because it is quite amazing when you think about it. That we were talking about the pillars of creation that the Webb. The Hubble saw, and then the James Webb showed you what it really was like. But those fingers of pillars that looks like the hand of God up there, I mean, how thick, how long would you have to travel to go across one finger?
I heard that it's about 4,000 light years worth of gas in one finger.
Yes, 4,000 years you'd have to travel at the speed of light to go through one finger. How can we grasp such?
How do people grasp those things, Jim? Math was not my strength.
Oh, no, but
I'm measuring distance in terms of light years.
Yeah, we can't comprehend that if we started out traveling at the speed of light, we still will never get to the end of it.
We'd have to get to the pillars of creation first and then travel the length of one finger.
And Lord only knows how far they're away from us, like 90 billion years or something like that. I don't know.
I haven't looked at the measurement of that, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at the clouds, that would take 86 billion light years to cross.
Now, hold out your hand like the pillars of creation.
Got it.
And then say, I'm going to take that and now I'm going to rotate it. What would it look like if I was in a different place?
Yeah.
It wouldn't look the same. So we see the pillars of creation because we're here on Earth in the solar system, in the galaxy that we are in. If we were anywhere else in the universe, we would not see it.
Frugologians see it from a different angle.
That's right, those lizard people.
And to them, it looks like they're getting the finger.
Yeah, or maybe they're just getting their knuckles or something. They're missing, so they have to rotate it to see the whole fingers, the pillars. So interesting.
So one of my hopes is just for fun. I said I would love it out there and they discover a square planet or something like that.
Right, something that
totally
defies
different.
The laws of physics.
Yeah, well, they're already finding things that are defying the laws of physics and science. And that's what I love. That's why I don't worship science. I love science. But things change, and you go, this is not doing what we thought it was supposed to do. We talked about the dark matter, where they found a galaxy or something that doesn't look like it has any dark matter, and they thought dark matter existed everywhere in everything. And then all of a sudden they're going, wait a minute, there's no dark matter in this solar system. So the rules can be bent.
The rules only exist in as far as they've been falsified. That means proven as far as we know, given the tools we have. But as we gain more tools, and especially now with computing power, we should be able to solve all kinds of stuff that we didn't know before.
Well, we're finding that.
So science is not wrong, and science is not bad.
Well, it's an evolving understanding.
It's a strange word to throw out there, evolving.
Evolving understanding.
Yes, yeah.
So what can I say? I mean, we're never going to see the answers to everything, but they've already said that the James Webb Telescope has already revealed its money worth already to science. Yeah. And I like to see it. I follow it.
We have a way of stargazing that keeps us in wonder, and our curiosity allows us to explore possibilities of whether one star in the pillars of creation is really another galaxy way behind that. And if we got there, would there be another pillars of creation, another 4,000 light years to travel beyond that? Where's the edge? Are we going to fall? Is our boat going to fall off the edge?
I've always loved that idea of seeing a spaceship go to the ends of creation only to find itself beached.
Wasn't that a Star Trek episode where they went to the ends of creation?
I don't know, but that one, Contact, which is a great movie.
Jodie Fisher?
Jodie Foster.
Foster, right.
And she got there, she was in there, and only to her, she was gone like, I don't know, 20 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes, but it showed she was only gone for 5 seconds or something like that. And the entity approached her as her dad, and he just said, no, this is how we do it. This is how we've always done it. So you knew that there was going to be really no more further contact, maybe for 1 billion years. This is the first. This is how it's done. And it makes you wonder if there's other beings out there, other entities, other life forms.
Well, let's swing over to the Tic Tacs and the U.S. Navy and the report that was redacted, and we only got a few pages.
Now, talk about censored. We that was a joke. And I think I told you there was a senator, and forgive me, I can't remember who he was, but he was being interviewed. And he was being interviewed as he was they were walking side by side, and they were talking about it. And he was basically saying...
I think it was Adam Schiff.
No,
it wasn't. Another one? He was in the meeting that you...
Yeah, he was in the meeting. And in that meeting, you saw all the empty seats, and then we came to the conclusion that's because anything that was of substance was going to be discussed behind closed doors, in the closed session, as they called it. And I know people laugh at me when I say this is absolutely real. This senator was saying it flat out. We know they're there. He says, we know they're there and they should be investigated, and they're not letting us know. They're locking it all up like they always have done. And I guess a privileged few, know that there's something there. Now, they don't know. I'm convinced they don't know what it is. But they at least know there's metallic things that are disappearing and
Sounds
moving.
like a Winnebago trick to Area 51, as I've always said. Jim and Terry show's got to go on the road. Do you remember the scene from the very first Indiana Jones? They were after the
Ark of the Covenant.
Ark of the Covenant. When it finally opened, all hell broke loose, literally.
Yes,
faces melting and all that stuff. When they sealed that whole thing back up in a crate, you saw a guy pushing it.
Yes,
did you see the size of the warehouse?
The warehouse was just ridiculous.
It was almost like the universe, infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
And this is going to be hidden in one of those
little box,
hidden away. Is government like that? Is that for our own good? Is another question.
Well, I think you got to ask yourself. There might be something very frightening in this. Because why would they not let us know?
I would not want to peer into a face-melting box.
When are we going to be mature enough? And by the way, there's this major prophecy apparently on the December 8th. The aliens are going to make contact. which lets you and me know that ain't going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. But what is it that did you watch that boring live?
Yeah, the Senate.
And you could see that one guy going, well, yeah, I mean, like, really.
Sorry, it wasn't the Senate. It was Congress. It was a congressional investigation because Adam Schiff is not a senator.
And did you see the one government guy just
what am I looking at?
In the movies? No, but the guy that was just going, well, yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah, whole section.
So we accept it.
Well, that's the sad thing is we do accept it, and we got to fight, man.
Is that evidence of nothing?
Yeah.
Jim and Terry Show, signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.